Hello friends, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. I'm here to do a little Etsy update. So I'm so excited to show you what I put in my Etsy or will have in my Etsy by the time you see this video. So yeah, I'm Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming in case you're new to my channel. And I have an, this is my channel and I have an Etsy shop called by the same name, Turquoise Dreaming. And I like to put lots of different goodies in there. I make journals and just kind of little kits and little goodies from thrift stores. So just all kinds of stuff. If you haven't been to my Etsy shop, drop over there and just take a peek because I have a wide variety of goodies in there. So let me show you first. Let me show you two different things here, two different categories. So I think I'm going to put these all in one listing and just I'll have 4 available. So what these are, let me show you. They're basically the same type of thing. So I'll show you this one and I'll just show you the patterns from this one. So it's a little kind of sewing pattern bundle and I've sold a couple of these and so now I'm sold out. So I got a couple more, 4 more together here. But what it is just a sewing pattern, and these happen to have their paper and tissue or whatever came in them. I haven't looked. I see that they're, I've looked to see that their stuff is in there, but I haven't taken it out or anything. I got these pretty much all from an estate sale. So you can see this one has a pretty skirt on it, kind of a springy looking skirt. Simplicity ESP pattern. And then I've put with it, because I've used some of my patterns and these type of things in my paper crafting, I have some extra of the pattern instructions and the pattern tissue. So I've just put a little bundle of extra there with this pattern. So, I think people like to get these. I mean, I like to use them in my journals or, collaging with the tissue and paper, or you can cut the paper apart, into page sizes, the instructions, because it's actually paper, not tissue. You can cut that into page sizes or journaling cards or tags or whatever you want. So it's a fun little thing to work with if you've never worked with them before. This one has a simplicity pattern. And so the patterns I put with these are kind of like, they're vintage. They're vintage and they're a little tattered. So they're not perfect, is I guess my point. So this one's simplicity. That one was 95 cents. This was $1.25 originally. You can kind of see the age on it. It's kind of yellowing. And it has a lady here. She looks 70s-ish. And then it has a few little ladies down here. Very cute. So this one also, the same thing, has its goodies inside that it came with, and then some extra stuff here. All the extras are, I'll make sure as we're going through them, but there's some extra instructions and tissue. And they're tied up with a little, this is a piece of that you can also use somewhere if you make journals or tags or whatever. This little piece of fabric is from my my rag rug that came apart. So they're kind of like really cool, different patterns on all these little strips. And I've been using, you can use those on tags or wherever you might want to use them. This one has this pattern with these ladies, also looking very 70s with their shoulder pads. Or was that 70s or 80s? I'm not sure. But whenever they had shoulder pads, that's, and this is a butterick. See how it's a little tattered up here, of course. I mean, some of them are torn and, coming apart and but this is how I got them from an estate sale. So they are not perfect. But yeah, there's that one. I don't see the original price on this one, do I? No. But they're all vintage. And so it has its innards there, and then also tissue and paper. Yep, it's got everything, and then the little tie off there. So let me open this one up and show you kind of in a detailed manner. So this is probably the most tattered one, but it's got these lovely ladies on it. Simplicity. This one is $1 originally. You see, this one's really coming apart, and it's got all its original innards in there. But it's very, I love these ladies. I would use them on the front of a journal, and it has a little name written here, but you could put a little piece of trim or lace or something across there, then that would be You know, you could definitely do a journal cover with this and put this on the back even, you know, trim it up and use what you can. That's what I do. So, and then, like I said, that has its parts inside, and then there's all the tissue. So it's a lot of tissue, really. It's just so much comes in those, and when you use the envelope and then don't use all the inside, so I just have a lot of extra. And then here's the extra, you know, paper instructions in that one. So that's how they all are. So yeah, I have 4 little bundles available in my shop. And yep, let me show you. I have also, I did mention this before when I was showing you my junk journal kits, that I have done a mystery junk journal kit listing, which is, this is not a mystery. I'm going to show you this one, but this is going to be one that's not a mystery. But yeah, the mystery, I have sold some of those. So yeah, if you want a mystery junk journal kit, I'm using books that need a second chance in those. Mostly I have a pile of about 12 books right now that I'd like to use for either for this kit where you see everything, or the mystery, just to kind of de-stash and just provide you with a junk journal kit. So this one also comes with this. This is a really pretty piece from my rag rug. It's pink, got pinks in it and kind of dark black or brown there. So really pretty nice long one that you can cut up or even use as a journal closure. So I'm kind of doing the same type of items in these so far until I run out of something, and then I'll replace it with something different. But I have lots of stuff in my stash to put in these little kits. So this is a little, it's a flower cut off of something, off of a linen. You can see it's got some tulle around it and some pretty, looks like almost like, I don't know if it's considered crochet or not, because it's man-made, you know, it's not hand sewn, but I did cut it off of something. It's a pretty little flower that you can use in your crafting. Here's a little, I did this in this one, I have a little bundle of ribbon here. I just tied it up because it's a piece of it's a long blue ribbon here in the middle. It's real long, like long enough to be a journal cover. There's some white rickrack, and there's a little piece of blue ribbon also that has these little notches on the side. So 3 different things in there. I just have it tied up, so I'm not gonna, nice and neat. That took, believe it or not, that took some time to get that all together, to wind it up nicely. So I'm not gonna take it apart. But here's a button card, and these are little, cute little, let me show you up close if you can see those cute little buttons. They're so tiny, and they have green on them. They're like green with a little gold on them. Very cute. It's a tattered button card. You can see here. It's got some tissue on the back. I'm not sure why I didn't put it on there. It's how I got it. And 2 little clothespins. These are just, I just put them on here for safekeeping. But 2 little mini clothespins are included. I'm trying to include some kind of clip in each bundle. There is a bubblegum cigar wrapper, you know, like cigar wrappers. This is not vintage, but it's one I saved from a bubblegum cigar. So it's a bubblegum cigar wrapper that you can use in your paper crafting. Just have some fun with all of these things. A little game card here. It's blank on the back, and then it says 5 o'clock on this side. And a flashcard, vintage. Oh, I've got 2 in here. There you go. 2 flashcards. And then 3 tags. These are all different sizes, so a good size, like largish one, that's probably 6 or 7 inches there, and maybe about 3 inches across. But there's one that you can decorate and use. This is 2. This is one I made. I've got some ink on my hands if you see ink, this black. I had a fight with my printer here at my house and putting the ink cartridge in there. And the ink cartridge won, so got me. But yeah, here's another tag. These are both made by me, this size, a little mini one. So those are super fun to use up your scraps doing those. I got a pretty doily here that you can use as a whole or cut up. Great for your slow stitching or your, you know, any type of thing where you need a little piece of doily or a big, you know, regular size doily. I've got a glassine envelope here, and then this envelope is like a coin envelope. So you get the envelope, and I also just went ahead and, for safekeeping, put the book rings in here. So this is what you would bind if you want to use these to bind your journal. I put 3, and you can use 2 or 3, whatever you think you might need in your, you know, to bind your journal. some vintage envelopes. There's a nice big one here. And then this one here is the one I describe as onion skin, but it's thicker, like thick. I describe it as thick onion skin whenever I describe it, show you these kits. And a kind of a regular size, but smaller one there. All vintage and browning and yellowing, things like that. A couple of playing cards. Now this is a really cute one of the, I've been putting the Virginia Slims playing cards in these, and they say on the side, "You've come a long way, baby." And then this side, this one's a really cute one because it has the, it's the Ace of Hearts. And it has this heart, and it has kind of like the pattern in the heart. It kind of reminds me of this pattern. I don't know if it really is, but it has a neat little pattern there. And I just thought when I saw that one, I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then this is the Ripley's Believe It or Not vintage card there. And then been putting a photo, as long as I have these. I don't have that many, but as long as I have an old black and white photo, I've been putting one in there. And then these are a couple, I'm going to say they're pictures, but they're from a postcard book. You know what I mean? Those little booklets. I made some into journals. There was one that just wasn't salvageable as far as the cover, but I was able to salvage these beautiful pictures, and you can see how pretty those are. They're very vintagey looking. Look at that. Flower market, a lighted up city there. It does tell you some information. This is San Francisco there. Street flower vendors. And this is San Francisco. Oakland Bay Bridge, I believe it says there. And this is Market Street looking east from Powell Street, if you know. I guess that maybe is in San Francisco too. I don't know. What does it say? And I've never been there, so don't know. Never been to California. Have I been to California? No, I've been as far as Las Vegas, but I didn't make it all the way over to California. Okay, so this is a little page, a whole page on both sides of S&H Greene stamps. And I've been putting in each one a piece of this vintage lace tablecloth that you could, I mean, I've seen people use these as pages, you know, if you want a page, like a doily page, and this would be like that, or you cut it up, or you make it into pockets. You can cut strips and use it for tag toppers. You can make a fabric flip, just so many things you can do with something like that. And then here's some trim. I've been putting a page length of trim like this in each kit so that you can put it on a page, or also, you know, cut it up and use it as you wish. Again, in your slow stitching or whatever. Okay, and so let me keep this together. So the papers, the extra papers I put in here, this is 2 pages of graph paper from a composition book. So nice, and these are together. So that is nice if you were making a bigger journal. You can cut them up, of course, but if you're making a bigger journal, it's nice to have these together already, and then you can make a flip out if you wanted, and you know, so many other things we could do with paper, right? And then here's some blue paper. These both have lines on both sides. And then this paper I put in here. Of course, you can use it as pages or however you wish, but it's kind of neat. And when I got this, the package said newsprint. It said newsprint. So I don't know. I have used it in my journals. It's not real thick, but not not real thin like onion skin, or you know, the dictionary pages that are real thin. It's not like that. It's kind of medium, I guess, light to medium. I would say medium to, you know, more on the light side. But I thought, you know, it's fun. I have a bunch of it, so I put some in here. And then I put a bunch of book pages from children's books in here. And so there's like a grungy one here, so you don't have to use the things I put in here. They're just things I have that are extras. Like this is cool. It's kind of grungy, but if you want to cut off this rough edge where it came out of the book here and cover this up here with a something doily or something, it could be a really cute page because it's got all these like music related graphics here. So I thought that was just a really cool page. These are from Vintage Children's Book. So, and you know, I'm saying right along with all these things, they're not perfect. Like this one has some kind of smudge. You know, these are just the way I you know, whenever I bought these from thrift stores, that's the way they came to me. So, you know, and I do what I can with them, and to, you know, give them a second chance. These are from an old math book. There's a few here, and see how it's very hard to get some of these out of their books. But what I do when I come to something like this, see the little holes and everything, from the staples and the strings. I mean, they made these books to last. But I just cut that off and use it, you know, in some way. Or you could reinforce this with a new piece of paper or washi tape or fabric or masking tape or whatever you want if you wanted to try to leave it together. So, and here's another one. This is from that's more like got the numbers on it. This is from the same math book, but it has some text on here too, you know, instructions about, these were school books. So oh, here's another one. This is just a single page. This is from a hymn book, very old hymn book. Here's another, this was a fly leaf, I guess, or, you know, end page from a book. Somebody made a little drawing here, but it's a nice old, you know, plain piece of paper. And then here is the book, the last and most important thing, right? So yeah, this one is I put this one in here because, like I said, I'm using books that need a second chance. So the reason this one needs a second chance, and I didn't just list it in my shop as a book for sale, is because it's got a little bit of grunge here, and I think I did try to wipe it off and it didn't come off. But I think it could still be a really nice journal, and you can work with that and put some little pieces of fabric or different things like that. Just watch some videos if you need ideas. But, you know, lots of journal makers, including myself, have covered this up with little trim here or little, you know, squares of fabric or whatever you might want to use. Or maybe you like it like that. And I do like grungy covers too, grungy old covers. And it doesn't look like a grungy old cover. It just looks like it has a little bit of something there that was there when I got it. It has a nice little seal over here. It doesn't look that old. It just got something on it, I guess. The back looks really nice. And this one was missing a page too. That's another reason I didn't put it in my shop. Right here, the title page. I think maybe that's the only page that's missing. But anyway, there's at least one page gone out of here. And there's a little bit of something right there, a little pen mark or something. And let's see, I think the rest of it was good. Let me look real quick. Let me show you. Yeah, see, the rest of it was pretty good. This is, trying to see. I think the graphics in here are Eloise Wilkin. I'm not totally sure because the title page is gone. But I think if I remember, you know, I have, and I probably have one of these in my shop right now. You know, one that's not missing a page and things like that. But you can see these graphics. They look, if it's not Eloise Wilkin, it sure does look like Eloise Wilkin, but I think it is, because this is just the type of thing that she does, because her graphics are so, really so beautiful. But you can see all the rest of these pages are really perfect. And I don't think this, I think this is vintage, but it's probably not like super old vintage, because you can tell by that golden seal that it's not super old or anything. But look at that. Isn't that the cutest picture? Okay, so you get the idea. You got a really cute book here to make into a journal. So that is the one that I have available right now. And I've been getting just one at a time. And then when it sells and I have time to get another one together, that's what I've been doing. So, and I, you know, like this, the previous one sold over a week ago probably. And I just, you know, it does take time to get these together, to gather all these ingredients here. So, you know, I just haven't had time to get another one together until now. So, yes, thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the little walkthrough of these fun goodies. I really enjoy putting these little bundles together. And so nice. And thank you for whoever has purchased them. I appreciate that too a whole lot, because that gives me the opportunity to make some more, which is really fun. So thank you, and I will see you all next time in my next video. Have an awesome day, and happy crafting.